Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and we've made some changes around here. So that's actually the theme of this video, is talking about some of the changes and also talking about the future of this channel. So upcoming content is just going to be a little channel update video for you guys. I'm also just going to come on here. I'm not really going to edit this. Maybe I'll edit out some of the hoes and hums or whatever, but I'm just going to come out here and say what I have to say. So here we go. So first off, let's talk about this backdrop situation that I am gushing over. I keep looking at it in the monitor because I just think it's so pretty and so aesthetic. So I actually decided to move spaces, and I've been talking about this on my Instagram. The filming space that I was occupying before was actually a common space. You guys could clearly see that. It was my living room, and I would film kind of like on my kitchen table. That's where all my filming equipment was set up. So I decided to move into my own little space. We had some space in the lower level of our home, and I'm really excited that I did. Honestly, it was a push from my husband. He's like, hey, why don't we clear out a space and you can have your own little dedicated space? And I thought that was just the sweetest thing. So he actually helped with some of the heavy lifting with all of the adjustments made around here. And I know you guys can't see everything, but I'm just thrilled with how this turned out. I wanted to be able to have my own space, not only to free up a common area in our home so that way people can move about freely and not have to worry about my filming schedule, but also I wanted this to serve as a means of expression for myself, a means of you guys getting to know me and my taste and my personal aesthetic preferences a little bit more. So this is the start of that, and I might make some adjustments moving forward, and we'll kind of see how everything evolves, but I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. It's a little dark, it's a little moody, it's a whole vibe, it's a whole environment that I just absolutely adore, which is much different from my other environment that I was filming in. Our living room space was a collaboration between me and my husband as far as the decor and overall aesthetic that we chose for that. So, although there are parts of me that are expressed in that space, it was very much geared towards a lot of my husband's personal taste, which I actually really love, but I wanted to have something that was just a dead-on expression of me and my preferences. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Now, in addition to introducing my new space, I also want to let you guys know about the future of this channel. So my channel has gone through some major changes, and we've taken some right turns, and we've just it's been a little exploratory over the past going on 2 years, a solid year and a half. I started my channel in April of 2019, I think it was. Anyways, I've been doing this for a little while, and it's been a really good opportunity for me to stretch my creative limbs here, if you will. And when I first started this channel, and I've said this before in other video updates, channel updates, it was really experimental, and I was just really wanting to put out these videos that I felt like were going to be helpful to people and maybe spark a little bit of inspiration. And then from there, it's just kind of snowballed into something that I did not see coming. I didn't plan this for myself, I guess is what I'm saying. So everything is just kind of unfolded in a really organic way. And because of that, there's been some lack of consistency in my upload schedule, in the type of content that I'm putting out. And I feel like recently I've really gotten into a good groove, and I have a really good solid idea and foundation of the content that I want to put on this channel moving forward. So the first type of content that you're going to see, I do intend on doing kind of series-based content. So the first type of content that you can continue to see on my channel, is archetype breakdowns. And this is obviously going to be a limited series because it's going to be an expansion of what I've already done for the ingenue archetype. So we are going to do, who's we? I'm a one-woman show over here. I don't know who we are. I am going to be producing videos that are a deep dive into the archetypes, and these videos are, I take a big breath because these videos I put my heart and soul into, and I want to make evergreen content when it comes to this kind of content. So although there might be certain amendments that I might have to make down the road, I really want it to serve as evergreen content that is concise and precise. So these videos, they've been on my list of content to do for a long time now, but because of the amount of time that they take, I've kind of kept putting them on the back burner. But now this is my commitment to you that I will be moving forward with producing those videos, so that way they're just here for you to find them and you can reference them at any point in time. So the gamine archetype is on the docket next, and that video should be out within probably the next 2 weeks or so. So that is my longer form content that I really love putting out. You know, those videos are anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes long, and they're very extensive. So I'm looking forward to making the commitment to putting those out. Obviously, all of the archetypes are not going to be published in a short amount of time. So I'm not going to have all the archetypes done within the next month or even 2 months, but you can expect to see those videos coming out. My goal is to have those completed in the next 4 to 6 months, which I know sounds like a long time, but like I said, I want this to be really solid evergreen content. So that's the deal with that. Now, other content that I am looking to produce and that you can expect to see on my channel is what I'm calling aesthetic analysis. And this is going to be based around the analysis of basically aesthetic and essence, the essence of different TV, movie, any sort of theatrical character, because I think that we have a lot to learn from talented costume designers. Their job is literally to capture the essence of a character and convey that through their wardrobe. And I think that there's just a lot to be discovered and new perspectives to adopt from conducting these type of analysis. These types of what's the plural to analysis? I don't know that one, but there's a lot to be learned from deconstructing the costume design of certain characters. So one script that I already have written out, a video that is already partially produced, I just have to sit down and film it, is actually one of my most favorite characters of all time. Partially because of her wardrobe, partially just because of her essence and her personality, and that is Moira Rose from Creek. I have reservations from saying that because I don't want to cause problems or whatever, YouTube is a little strict when it comes to that kind of stuff. So anyways, Moira Rose is just this magnificent character that deserves to be analyzed, and the costume designer behind that character is absolutely brilliant. And I think in general, costume designers need to be recognized more and highlighted more. So that's a service that I want to provide. We see the end result of all this hard work and the beauty that they create, but I just think that they're overlooked, and I think that there's a lot to be learned from their talents. So that is a series that you can expect to see on this channel moving forward, and that's going to be a peppered kind of series. So it's not going to be anything that you can expect once a week I'm going to upload that kind of video, but that is a series that I want to commit to because I just feel so deeply about it, and it's like this fire inside of me that I have to do it. Okay, now the next type of content that you can expect to see on this channel is going to be kind of technical based and really education forward type of content. So this is going to be taking a deep dive look into things like silhouette, use of line, use of color, etc. So it's more of the technicalities of personal style that we're all kind of maybe in the weeds about from time to time. So that is the type of content, again, that's probably going to be a little bit more longer form. It's really going to be a similar type of content as the weightlessness versus depth video that I recently did, where it's longer form content and it's just geared towards being more technical. Okay, and the last type of content that I'm going to be publishing on this channel is going to be my monologues. And I've only actually done one monologue so far, and I just have to say, I was really nervous. I felt very vulnerable publishing that video, I guess I should say. There wasn't a lot of technicalities or images or deconstructing kind of content in that video. It was just very stripped down and let's just talk about some things. Let's start a dialogue. And I hadn't really done anything like that on my channel before. The closest thing to that was doing a couple of channel updates, so something like this. And I just didn't know how it was going to be received. Again, I just personally felt very vulnerable putting out something like that because it was a little off the cuff and it just wasn't as squeaky clean as maybe some of my other content. And when it comes to putting out my content, I'm very much a perfectionist, as you guys can probably tell. Everything is just like, I hold my producing abilities to a high standard, I guess is what I'm saying. So I really want to continue to make those types of videos for a couple different reasons. For one, it pushes me to grow and it pushes me to dabble in something that I wouldn't normally do. So I feel that there's just a personal growth opportunity in producing those types of videos. Also, I felt encouraged the community over here to start a dialogue, and it helped people connect back to other people that were going through a similar situation or that had felt the same things that I had experienced. So it was really cool to be connected back into the community in that way, instead of just putting myself in the position of somebody that's here to educate. I really, really value being a part of a community rather than being on the outskirts of a community, kind of feeding information into it. So those monologue videos, after I published it, it sounds crazy. And unless you can relate and you've been in a position of creating and publishing content like that in a very vulnerable way, there's just it's kind of intangible to describe the feeling that you can get from that and the new perspective that can come from doing something like that. So that is something that I'm going to be sitting down, and I have a list of topics that I really want to dive into that are just kind of, questions. Like it's just questioning some things. It's pointing out some things, why do we value beauty? What is beauty? Why do we hold it to such a high regard? And, how can we actually start to adopt it into our lives and hold it as something precious to us instead of this unattainable goal. So it's kind of just starting a dialogue, something in that realm. So I'm really excited to move forward with that. And then, I did a little experimental video with Bianca from 10 Things I Hate About You because I just think that she's like the epitome of an ingenue, and that was really fun. I haven't decided if I want to blurb, kind of punctuate my content with those types of videos, or if I actually just kind of want to do that as a side project. Maybe I would start a different channel. I had entertained the idea of calling it Your Aesthetic DJ because I felt like it was really fun to put together the whole thing. I'm huge in the creative process. I'm just a huge fan of the creative process itself. So doing a little video like that and being able to pick out the audio design, work with new editing techniques that I've never worked with before, and just kind of syncing it all up and creating something that I feel like is, something fun and appealing to watch it was super rewarding. And it's the kind of content that I can actually put together like relatively quickly. And it's just like a fun little project. It's probably the equivalent to, someone that knits, busting out a scarf real quick or something like that. That's what it kind of feels like. So I've been thinking about, maybe punctuating my content with something like that, or just maybe shifting it over into a different channel altogether. Haven't decided. But speaking of different channels, I would love to hear your guys' feedback on this, because I haven't quite decided where this content belongs, the content in which I'm going to speak about. So the content is my personal style journey and my personal relationship with beauty items, beautiful objects, my personal aesthetic kind of taste. Also, like I have a couple of video ideas that are in the realm of, aesthetic things that I've been enjoying lately. And that's anything from music playlists to beautiful objects, maybe different TV shows or something like that. I just don't know if that belongs on this channel. I haven't quite decided. I don't have discernment over that. And I would actually love to hear your guys' feedback on that, because I don't want to get involved in too many projects here. I already kind of have some series that are going to be happening on this channel. I've got my little my aesthetic DJ kind of thing going on that's super on the back burner until I can really get into a groove on this channel. This is my main commitment. But I felt like if I started a secondary channel that was just solely based around me and my personal experience and all of that, maybe it would make more sense. But I don't know, maybe that's something as viewers you would like to see on this channel. I'm less concerned with the algorithm and being proper with producing extremely niche content so that way the channel will grow and grow and grow. I'm more concerned with community and keeping things congruent, keeping things consistent. So I would really love to hear your guys' feedback on that, and if that's something that you would rather just not see here and you would rather subscribe to a different channel that was just about me and my personal journey, or if you would like to see it here. So without beating a dead horse anymore, because I feel like I kind of repeated myself throughout that whole little segment, that is what I could really use your feedback on. So that is that's it. That's what's going on over here on my side of the internet. I'm just really excited to see how the growth has happened. And I'm just excited for the future of my content, the future of this channel. I also really need to express my gratitude to anyone watching this that has booked a service with me. I cannot begin to tell you how enlightening it is to be able to produce these analysis reports for you. It is an experience that I wouldn't be able to implement on my own. So I know that submitting yourself to this process can feel vulnerable, and you have so many questions, and I just feel so honored that I'm the person or one of the people that gets to do that for you, because I know that sometimes you come to me and you've also been to other people, and then or maybe I'm your first stop and you want to get others' perspectives as well. So I just want to applaud you for putting yourself into a vulnerable position and being willing to see what somebody else has to offer and what somebody else might be seeing as far as your personal beauty. I think it's really cool, and I just want to let you know that I find it equally as rewarding. It's beyond words sometimes. Sometimes I'm just sitting there looking at my clients and putting these analysis reports together, and I'm like, is this even, I can't believe I have the privilege of doing this. So quick shout out to you guys. But, I think I'll wrap up the video with that. I think that this was a lengthy enough little channel update. I always try to keep these short, and I just happen to be somebody that rambles on and talks a lot. So here we are, but I look forward to seeing you guys in the near future. That gamine video will be coming out very shortly, and I look forward to hearing your feedback down below on whether I should put my personal content on here, which would include like makeup, personal style, my personal aesthetic taste, what I'm into, all that kind of stuff, maybe some lifestyle stuff, or if that belongs kind of on its own channel. So anyways, I hope that you all take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.